What if some mysteries were never meant to be solved? Think about it. In a world filled with satellites, artificial intelligence, and advanced science, how are there still events, places, and discoveries that completely defy explanation? Cases where evidence exists, but answers don't. Stories that sound impossible, yet actually happened. And the strangest part? Some of these mysteries became more confusing the deeper experts investigated them. So let me ask you something. How many secrets do you think humanity still doesn't understand? Because tonight, you're about to enter a world where logic begins to break apart. These are the most unsolved mysteries that still cannot be explained. What could make experienced hikers flee their tent in the freezing middle of the night, barefoot? In 1959, 9 skilled hikers disappeared in the Ural Mountains of Russia. When rescuers finally found their campsite, nothing made sense. Their tent had been cut open from the inside, as if they were desperate to escape immediately. But escape from what? There were no clear signs of attack, no evidence of another group nearby, and yet the hikers ran into deadly snowstorms without shoes or proper clothing. Then the bodies were discovered. Some had severe internal injuries, crushed ribs and fractured skulls, yet almost no external wounds. One victim was missing their tongue. Others appeared frozen in strange positions. Investigators at the time gave a terrifyingly vague conclusion: an unknown, compelling force. But what force? An avalanche? Secret military experiments? Infrasound causing panic? Something not human? Even today, decades later, no explanation fully fits every detail. And maybe the most disturbing question is this: what scared them enough to abandon safety and run directly into death? How can ships and planes simply disappear? Stretching between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, the Bermuda Triangle has become one of the most infamous mystery zones on Earth. Over the years, pilots reported instruments failing, ships vanished without distress calls, entire crews disappeared without leaving a single trace behind. But here's the unsettling part. Not all the disappearances happened during storms. Some pilots described strange fogs. Others reported compasses spinning uncontrollably. In some cases, wreckage was never found. It's almost as if the ocean swallowed everything whole. So what's happening there? Magnetic anomalies? Massive underwater gas eruptions? Human error? Or is the legend larger than reality? Even skeptics struggle to explain every case connected to the triangle. And when a plane disappears without a trace over open water, what are investigators even supposed to search for? What if there's a book on Earth that nobody can read? The Voynich manuscript is one of the strangest documents ever discovered, written in an unknown language, filled with bizarre illustrations of plants, symbols, astronomical diagrams, and unrecognizable figures. It looks almost alien, but here's the impossible part. The writing follows patterns similar to real language, which means it likely isn't random nonsense. For decades, cryptographers, linguists, historians, and even AI systems have tried decoding it, and they all failed. So who wrote it? Why create a book nobody can understand? Was it secret scientific knowledge, a lost language, an elaborate hoax, or something else entirely? And if nobody in the modern world can read it, could the knowledge inside already be lost forever? How does an entire colony vanish without a fight? In the late 1500s, English settlers established a colony on Roanoke Island, but when supply ships finally returned years later, every single person was gone. No bodies, no signs of battle, no remains, just one word carved into wood, Croatoan. That was it. So what happened to them? Did they merge with local tribes, die from starvation, get attacked? If so, where's the evidence? The deeper historians look into Roanoke, the stranger it becomes, because entire communities don't usually disappear without leaving something behind, unless they never wanted to be found. What if Earth already received a message from space? In 1977, a radio telescope detected a powerful signal from deep space, unlike anything scientists had seen before. It lasted only 72 seconds, and then it vanished forever. An astronomer studying the data circled the signal and wrote one word beside it: wow. But here's the real mystery. Despite decades of searching, the signal was never detected again. So what caused it? A natural cosmic event? A rare interference? Or something intelligent? Because if it was intelligent, that means for 72 seconds, humanity may have heard something from beyond Earth and then lost it forever. What would you do if you heard a sound nobody else could hear? In Taos, New Mexico, residents began reporting a strange, low-frequency humming noise. Some described it as a distant engine. Others said it felt like pressure inside their skull. But here's what makes it terrifying. Not everyone can hear it. Scientists investigated for years, searching for industrial causes, underground vibrations, electrical systems, anything, yet no single explanation worked. So what is it? A psychological phenomenon? Secret machinery? Something environmental we don't yet understand? And why do only certain people hear it while others hear absolutely nothing at all? Why would ancient humans create giant drawings only visible from the sky? Across the deserts of Peru stretch enormous shapes, animals, figures, and geometric patterns carved into the earth itself. Some are hundreds of feet long, but here's the question. How did ancient people create them so accurately without seeing them from above? And why make them so massive if nobody on the ground could fully appreciate them? Were they rituals, messages, astronomical markers, or were they meant to be seen by something in the sky? How does a ship get abandoned in the middle of the ocean without explanation? In 1872, the Mary Celeste was discovered drifting alone at sea. The cargo was still there. Food remained untouched. Personal belongings hadn't been taken, but the crew, gone. Every single one of them. No signs of violence, no distress signal, no evidence of pirates. So why would experienced sailors suddenly abandon a perfectly functional ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? And if they escaped using lifeboats, where did they go? To this day, nobody knows. What if ancient civilizations were smarter than we ever imagined, recovered from a shipwreck? The Antikythera mechanism looked like corroded junk at first, but inside were gears and mechanical systems so advanced that scientists couldn't believe its age. This device could predict eclipses and track planetary movements. But here's the impossible part. It was built over 2,000 years ago. So where did that knowledge come from? And why didn't similar technology appear again for centuries afterward? Was this invention unique or evidence that ancient technology was far more advanced than history tells us? What could flatten 80 million trees without leaving a crater? In 1908, a massive explosion occurred over Siberia. The blast was so powerful it knocked people off their feet hundreds of miles away. Entire forests were flattened. But investigators found something deeply strange. No impact crater, no obvious meteorite. So what exploded? A meteor that detonated mid-air? Experimental technology? Something else entirely? Even today, scientists debate what truly happened above the Tunguska forest that morning. And maybe the creepiest part is this. If it happened over a city instead of empty wilderness, millions could have died in seconds. Some mysteries fade with time, but others become darker the more we learn about them. Because sometimes the scariest thing isn't the mystery itself, it's realizing that humanity may never find the answer. So let me ask you one final question. If these mysteries still exist in a world filled with modern science and technology, what else is out there waiting to be discovered? And more importantly, do we really want to know?